to Crystal Clear Moments, where we explore the beauty and depth of crystal clear moments in life. I'm your host, Crystal Blackwell, and I invite you to join me on a journey of reflection and discovery. Life is a collection of moments, some fleeting and others entrenched in our memories forever. In this podcast, we delve into the crystalline instances that define who we are, shape our perspectives, and leave a mark on our souls. Today, we have a very special guest who I asked to be part of this podcast because, quite frankly, I know her, but I don't really know her in terms of her journey. And I've been able to glean to see her in her space. And I think that you will find her fascinating and someone that you can learn from, someone whose crystal clear moments you can build upon, and someone you can look at and you can say, you know what, this girl is doing it and doing it well. So her name is Judge Carol Scott Berry. She's an Arizona attorney and retired Phoenix Municipal Court Judge. Prior to her judicial appointment, Judge Berry served as a Maricopa County public defender, judge per term in Phoenix and Chandler Municipal Courts as a sole practitioner practicing in the areas of real estate, trust, and estates, and criminal law. Judge Berry earned her Bachelor of Science degree in public administration from the University of Southern California and her Juris Doctorate from ASU, from Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law. Look at that. Go Sun Devils. Mm-hmm. In retirement, because Judge Berry is in retirement, she's using her privileges and blessings to work towards achieving justice. So, I always ask my guests to give me their bios, and I really love the fact that she said she's using her privileges and blessings to work toward achieving justice and fairness and equality for all. So we all know it's important that we recognize our privileges, right? And know that we're blessed and know that oftentimes our gifts and talents don't just enrich the world, but also we give it back to our communities. Yes. So our gifts just flow in all spaces, because that's why we're here, right? Is to utilize our gifts and talents for our purpose. And I love that you're continuously doing so. She also teaches, and trains leaders in Bible studies. And currently, she lectures a class of 200 women. I struggle when I lecture like 12 young adults. I cannot imagine 200 women, and I bet you those classes are pretty rich. So I'm going to have to pop in a couple of those and get fed from some of your teachings. Judge Berry is a recipient of numbers of awards, just accolades, lines and lines. And finally, she's happily married for over 30 years. To Virgil Berry, and has two young adult children who are thriving and doing their thing and making space and making their way. And, it's really great to have you here. I know we have, back in our young adult days, we had fun times together. And,
yes, we did.
We had great time. But I love the fact that when kids came, we got in line. Like, we checked out of that box. Yeah. And we handled our business, and we raised our families. Absolutely. And we did our career. And when you focus on family, and you make sure that you're keeping your marriage enriched and you're in your career, you don't have a lot of time for play. Exactly. You don't really have a lot of play time. You have some, it's scheduled. Yeah. So I don't know about you. I find myself having more fun now than
I'm trying.
Then we're gonna work on that. I'm having more fun now because
I'm trying.
I have this openness where before it was games and kids and school and this and that, and now it's like it's just me and Ivan, and the kids pop up here and there. I'm able to really continue to live. So what I want to share with us is, if you're comfortable, is what's the latest crystal clear moment that you have that's sort of helping you shape the retired Judge Berry?
Probably my latest is realizing that God intends for us to enjoy our lives.
Yes.
And realizing that if I'm not enjoying it, it's nobody's fault but mine.
That's
good. I'm making these choices, like you said, being in retirement, being with adult children, we get to start making decisions not for ourselves, where before everything we did was for somebody else or taking somebody else into consideration. And I lost my sister in 2021, and one of the last things she said to me was, "Enjoy your."
Wow.
And
That was her gift to you.
Yeah, and that was and that has been my whole motto since then. Doing things that I enjoy, because
for
I get
you.
to choose to do whatever I want to do. I don't have to do anything now. I get to choose what I do.
So why do you think, what gets in our way of truly enjoying our lives?
Stuff we allow. Sometimes we're people pleasing. Sometimes we're doing things because society says we should do them. You know, whether it is getting married, whether it is having kids, whether it is being in a certain career or going for a certain promotion. Everybody's telling you should do it. And that's not something you really want to do, but everybody seems to say it's good for you. And sometimes they are right, but you have to make that choice for yourself so that you are enjoying it.
Right.
And one of the things that I tell the leaders that I train in Bible study fellowship, I tell my children, make choices that you enjoy. When my kids were trying to decide what colleges to go through, I did not want to get involved and have them me making that decision, because I wanted them to make the decision. Because if it didn't work out, then that would be your choice. You chose to do that.
Right.
And realizing that my children were not mini me's. God had made them individuals.
See, that's huge.
And made them individuals with their own individual goals, their own individual lives, and their own individual talents. So allowing them to flourish. So
what I really love what you said about with when you have children and resisting. I feel like it's a resistance, not making them like you.
Yeah.
You know, it's because especially if you like yourself. I mean, you want to see the better of you in them, right?
Yes.
You want them to take on your strengths, your gifts, especially if they worked for you. Like if you did really well, and then you have a child that's like, that's not really, that's not me. You know, we always have one that's like, that's not me. You know,
yes, we do.
You know, it's like one, and then it's one that's just like you, and you're just going at it. You know, so in a different kind of way. But I wonder, like, what was a crystal clear moment for you when you realized, you know, I need to step back and let my young adult children, they're a woman and a man, they're adults, be themselves. Like when did that come on, that light, and when did you just step away?
Yeah.
Or are you still messing around with that? Because sometimes I find myself like challenged.
Yes, and it's a line, because now that they're adults, you let them be adults. But I think for me, it was my son was just having all kind of issues as far as doing his schoolwork. He loved school. Didn't love schoolwork. And so
like social.
He loved the social aspect of it. And so he's popular. He was homecoming prince and all these